Assalamu alaikum dear students. All of you know about it. In the previous class we have discussed ATP synthesis, and today we are going to discuss photosynthesis in detail. Okay, first coming toward the photosynthesis, a life sustaining process. Okay, what is sustaining process? Actually, any process which sustain or maintain life is called what? Life sustaining process. Okay, sustain or maintain means barqarar rakhna. Okay, now coming toward the photosynthesis. Okay, photosynthesis is the combination of two Greek words. Photo means light, and synthesis means manufacturing. Or what? Preparing. So the process in which plants, or simply we can say autotrophic organism, prepare their own food in the presence of sunlight with the help of chlorophyll. And oxygen is released. Is byproduct. The process in which plant or autotrophic organism prepare their own food in the presence of sunlight with the help of chlorophyll is known as photosynthesis. Or simply we can say formation of organic compound like what? Glucose. From what? From CO2 and water by the help of what? Chlorophyll plus what? Water, sunlight. Simply we can say formation of organic compound or food that is in the form of glucose from what? From the CO2 and water is called what? Photosynthesis. Photosynthesis take place in green plants, in algae, and in special bacteria that is known as cyanobacteria. Okay, all of you know about green plants. They are autotrophic organisms. Autotrophic organisms. Auto mean itself. Any organism which prepare their own food is known as autotrophic organisms. Okay, there are two types of plant, higher plant and lower plants. There are two types of organism, higher organism and lower organism. Or simply we can say higher plants and lower plants. Okay, so algae lower plant में आते हैं. Okay, what is higher plant? Plants which are differentiated into what? Root, stem and leaves, are a plant having a true vascular system. Plant having a true vascular system is known as higher plants. Okay, vascular system consists of two type of tissue, that is known as phloem tissue plus xylem. Okay, what is lower plant? Plants which cannot be differentiated into what? Root, stem or leaves. Or simply we can say plant in which there is no true vascular system. So that type of plant is known as lower plant. So actually algae lower plant में आते हैं. So photosynthesis take place in all green plant, in algae and cyanobacteria. Actually it is a type of bacteria, and bacteria actually prokaryote है. Prokaryotes. All of you know about prokaryote. Pro means before or beside, while karyo means kernel, which means nucleus. So actually organism having no proper nucleus and having no membrane bounded organelle is known as prokaryote. So actually bacteria prokaryotes में आते हैं, but here है cyanobacteria. Actually ये bacteria है but have some the property of algae, and algae are autotrophic organism. That's why we can say photosynthesis take place in green plant, in algae and cyanobacteria. Okay, now coming toward the equation of photosynthesis. Okay, coming toward the equation of photosynthesis. In photosynthesis, CO2 is combined with water to form what? C6H12O6 plus H2O plus oxygen. It takes place in the presence of what? Sunlight and what? Chlorophyll. Simply we can say formation of organic food in the form of glucose molecule from what? From CO2 and H2O, and oxygen is produced as byproduct. So this process is known as photosynthesis. All of you know about the CO2 and H2O. These two are called reactants, also called monomers. Monomers, or simply we can say micromolecules. And all of you know about the micromolecules. Molecule having a low molecular weight is known as micromolecules, and molecule having high molecular weight is known as polymers. Formation of what? Polymer from monomer is known as polymerization. Okay, so the process in which the monomers are combined to make polymer, actually here we need energy, while when the polymer are converted back into monomer, so actually it releases energy. Simply we can say that there are two types of reaction. One is known as endothermic reaction and exothermic reaction. Exothermic. Okay, therm means heat. So reaction in which the energy is consumed is known as endothermic reaction, and the reaction in which the energy is released is known as exothermic reaction. For example, ये हमारे पास endothermic reaction है, it need energy, or simply we can say it store energy in the form of chemical compound, that is C6H12O6. अगर हम ले respiration को, so actually अगर हम देखें, so actually respiration में O2 combine with what? The glucose molecule. So it is divided into what? Into CO2, H2O plus what? Energy. So अगर हम देखें, so both the photosynthesis and respiration are light sustaining process, because if there is no light, there is no chlorophyll, so there will be no photosynthesis. If there is no photosynthesis, so there will be no respiration. Okay, this was all about the photosynthesis. Now coming toward the intake of CO2 and H2O. Okay, this was all about the photosynthesis and respiration. Inshallah, in the next class we will discuss intake of CO2 and water. Okay, thank you.